don't know if you can see that. There's pollen falling everywhere. I'm probably gonna have a sore throat tomorrow. Darn it. Oh yeah, you like my basket? It's got all my GoPro stuff. Oh, I'm gonna put one of these on the car. Probably the hashtag one. It's small enough. Anyway, point of today's video is to do some interior detailing. So that will involve wiping down all the plastics. There's a lot of that. Cleaning the seats, front and back. Doing the carpet. I'm probably gonna use 409 carpet cleaner. I think I have a new can. I did that last year, it worked really well. I just don't have a carpet cleaner anymore. But right now we're gonna start on the trunk. My very small trunk. Don't look at that. It's from a previous car. Okay, so let me probably get you set up on a tripod and then we'll just get to that. Okay, I just got done vacuuming and then wiping this trunk out. The first thing I sprayed here was Meguiar's Wash and Wax, just to try it. I've never done that in here. It kind of gave it a shine. Not that it needs wax, it's always covered. But there was some staining up there. I wanted to see if I could clean it. It didn't. I used a wet rag, which is water. It didn't either. I think it's actually just like an adhesive. I thought maybe it was like a spilled Coke or something. But either way, I think this looks pretty good. I can put everything back. I'll wipe down everything. When I first got this car, I took out everything in the trunk just like this to see how much space I would have. I wanted to put my bicycle in here, which I did a few times, but I never rode the bike, so I just put it away. And as I want to keep the spare tire with me. I think the previous owner of the car, this is a one-owner vehicle besides me, so I'm the second owner. I think the previous owner was an outdoorsy person because it was very muddy. I mean, the dealer I bought it from cleaned the car, but down deep into the mats and everything, it was pretty muddy. So when I took out everything out of the trunk, it needed to clean, so I cleaned it just like this. Now for the past, that was like 2 years ago, and for those past years I've maybe 3 years ago, I've been hauling lawn equipment, a weed whacker, leaf blower, sometimes a push mower, but the push mower actually would be back here. Quite a sight to get it in and out of the car. But I'll haul it once every 2 weeks, once a week every 2 weeks, in the warm season, of course, in the summer. And I wanted to see how bad it has gotten, and not too bad, especially for that many years, just a little bit. So that's cool. Now that that's cleaned up though, I'll put everything back in, reorganize, finish up the trunk, and then we'll move into this back seat. So my rear end is something that I really don't pay much mind to. I don't really care, as long as it doesn't stink too bad back there and it's somewhat clean. But this year, of course, in this video we totally took it apart and we've completely cleaned it at this point. This thing, this sits under at the bottom. Let me show you. There's my trunk latch thing, and it sits here. Now, where can I set this that it won't scratch anything? Now this part has been lame. It's just been stuck down, not coming back up. I fixed it, obviously. You might have seen it in the previous clips, is that it was just stuck down before I pulled this out. Now, I wanted to show you what I had to do, because I figured either something completely broke or something came loose. And something just came loose. I don't know how. I think I had something here, and when I closed the trunk, maybe this kind of unlatched. It might have come out. I don't know, because it's just this just clips in on both sides. So this spring was not in this direction here. It was well, it was just out of its place, so it wasn't doing anything. And it took me a while to figure out how it's supposed to have the spring. So you can see the little L there is against the bigger piece, and the longer piece is behind this. So if this happened to you, that's how you can put it back together, as long as it's not broken in some other fashion. I'm gonna put this back in and keep putting the trunk back together. It's also a good time to check out your spare tire if you have one. I'm pretty sure this is the date code, March of 2008. I'll have to look that up to make sure if I'm right here. But this is a Pirelli, and it was made in Taiwan. Pretty cool. Original spare, because this car was built in 2008. Okay, so now I got my trunk kind of reorganized, put back together. I'm going to start working on the back seat. I've already vacuumed the back. I'm not going to worry about those stains over there, because one, it's the trunk. Two, actually, I should have left those down. I need to vacuum up here. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about those stains because, like I said before, I haul some lawn equipment, and that's not going to end anytime soon, I don't think. So it'll just get dirty again, probably. It's not like anyone really sees it. It's not a SEMA car. But I'm going to grab the vacuum. I'm going to vacuum this out. That's probably the first step. It's just really just to start vacuuming. And I'll show you how, when I get to it, how I vacuum seams and other little things inside this car. I'm gonna set you up on a tripod. I'm gonna vacuum the back up there, which really I'm just gonna use this here. Try to reach as far back as I can. I got a stink bug. Got a stink bug back there. Capricorn. That's what that's for. And if you remember, DeBoss Garage, they had a International Quarantine Car Show 2020. That's the other thing I'm doing, is actually de-COVID-tizing my car. All these masks and stuff that I don't really need anymore because we just dropped it like no tomorrow. So I'm gonna remove that. Alright, I'm gonna set you up on a tripod. Okay, so we have the door panel here. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's pretty dusty up here. That's really all that's in this car, is probably dust and just some light dirt. At least in the back, so the front might be a little bit different. To clean this, I mean, you could just wipe it with a spray of interior cleaner, which is what I'll do toward the end here. But what I'm gonna do is I got two different brushes here. What you can do, you can brush the seams. You can even just brush the top and just is knocking off the dirt as I go. I got two different sizes. I'll probably just use a smaller one. And what I'll do is, as I'm brushing, as I kick up this dirt, I'm using the vacuum at the same time. So I found it works well for even stitching and stuff. And it's a nice soft brush. I'll have to see if I can pull up where I got this one. I don't know. I thought it was a Chemical Guys or Adams Polishes, but maybe not. This one is a Meguiar's brush though. I think it's a 2-inch, whereas this one's like a 1-inch. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll just kind of demonstrate it, and then we'll move on to seats. So you can see that there, it didn't take it very long at all. And it should help get all the dust out of these seams. There's something there, it won't come out. What I'll do is I'll follow this up with an interior cleaner and I'll just wipe it down. Now, let's get to seats. Okay, so same idea here. All the seams, I just want to run my brush through them, try to get all the dirt and debris out of the seams as I am vacuuming with this vacuum here. So you saw the time lapse of me doing this side, hopefully, as long as I included it. By now you should get the idea. I use this brush in the vacuum and I'm just cleaning all the crevices, and it really, I'll pull you in after, it really cleans it up. I mean, you just don't see the dust. And with all the seams clean, once you wipe everything down, it'll look almost new. Maybe. If it wasn't for all the imperfections. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this side, and then I'll show you how to take out this cup holder, because I drink coffee a lot and other, like Pepsi, and it somehow makes a mess when I don't even know it. So we'll clean the cup holder. It looks pretty clean. I mean, it's got spots. Might help if I turn the microphone around. It's just not as dusty. Haven't wiped it yet, of course. Now, this is the cup holder. I know, it looks bad. I wanted to show you how to take it out if you got a S40, V40, 50, I don't know. Whatever car has the same cup holder. Maybe a Ford Focus for all I know. You guys have to unpop it. Start from the front. You can probably take this out in one big piece. I just remembered that. You know what? Let's try that. Yeah. He's pulled from the back. Has a little handle. Oh, how fun. There's my hole. We'll vacuum that out. That's pretty much all I do with it. Maybe I'll try to spray some 409 in there. Try to clean it up. Have had some massive spills in there. I think a Pepsi exploded in here, I think, on a hot day, and it was full. So that wasn't good. Set that aside. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this shifting spline. You can see it's brand new as of a year. It's like a year old now. So I bought this part off of FCP Euro, and I was able to replace it because mine was like non-existent. It completely disintegrated. And I learned about this, I think, from Watch a JR Go. If you've seen his channel, he had a C30. And the spline did the same thing. It completely disintegrated. The problem with that is, in this car, the spline has a little magnet, and it tells a computer down there where your shifter is, if it's in park or drive or wherever. So if that completely breaks and the magnet doesn't move, then your car won't shift. It'll be stuck in whatever gear it was left in. So I did the right thing, and I just replaced it last year. It was, I think the part's like 20 bucks. It's on FCP Euro. If you want a link to the part, let me know, and I'll drop it down in the comments or edit it into the description. It's not too hard to get to. I just took out, you have to take out your waterfall thing here, your climate control radio. I have to remember all the parts, because I think you have to start with the radio cover, and then you have to pull the radio out, and then you have to undo bolts, you have to undo a cover here, I think, and you have to start undoing all types of stuff. I think there's like 2 bolts here somewhere that go to this waterfall cover, and then you have to pull it out. And ideally you wouldn't have the battery connected in the car, so that you don't risk having an airbag light, which you do not want. However, I needed the battery because I had to move the shifter around a little bit just to pop this thing out, make it a little bit easier in my life. I think all you do you twist that down. Yeah, I had to pull it back to have room to twist this down so I could pull this up and off. I should just twist back up, I think. Well, now it doesn't get tight. I don't remember. I guess I just pull it down. Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to vacuum that. And then we're going to get to this floor. Okay. All I have in the drinking cabinet today is Chemical Guys Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner, colorless, odorless, pH balanced and neutral cleaning solution. It's for your interior. Worked good. I think it's a good cleaner. There's also total interior cleaner and protectant. Pretty good. Now, I don't have much of both. I don't know how much I'm going to use today, but I'm going to use a combination of both throughout all the interior that's not leather, like the steering wheel. But I will use it on the dash, and then we'll follow up dash with some leather cleaner that I have for the seats, and also do it on this too. But the plastics, I'll use this stuff as a good first cleanse. A lot of it I'd probably just spray on the towel. I'll start with the nonsense. Get it kind of wet, and I'll just start wiping it around everywhere. Try to get all the different areas. Try to get it into the crevices. I kind of fold the towel. You guys get the idea. So I'll put you back on a time lapse, and I'll just keep doing that. That's why using the brush and the vacuum is pretty good, because you get all the crevices and they're pretty clean now. I mean, unless you had like a spill that happened into the crevice, then you really got to scrub. But you don't. I mean, you don't want to force too hard. But it already looks in person a lot better. So I'm gonna go through the entire car doing that. Okay, I just got done wiping down everything. Did the black trim and stuff. I did these as well. I guess I still got more. I also did the pedals too. I noticed this time around that I guess I'm starting to wear through my carpet. That's great. But that's whatever. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually clean the seats and all the leather. Funny story. The car I had before this was a Cadillac CTS. It was an 03, and it had black leather. And I knew it had black leather because of the way it was. It was nice. It smelled like leather. It was very soft. When I got this car, it said that it had black leather. Well, it had leather. And I was like, okay. I felt the seats. I'm like, this feels like vinyl. I was like, the steering wheel, that's leather. Shifter knob and the parking brake, I'm like, that's leather. This, I don't know what this is. I just assumed it was vinyl. Just like our parents' Pilot, that one truly has vinyl. I know that. So I treated this like as if it was vinyl for I think 3 years, and I started to wonder, like, why is it fading back there? Well, I'm going to assume, I have no idea. Someone can tell me if they know about these cars and this interior. what type of leather this is, because I think it's leather. At any rate, I started treating it like leather, and it's felt better, it's looked better. Oh man, waxing doesn't help to stay up here. So I went to the local Walmart. Now in the past years, because of the Cadillac, I had Meguiar's leather cleaner. It was like a 3-in-1 or something like that, 2-in-1, where it's a cleaner and a conditioner. It was nice, but I think this is better. So I got this at the local Walmart. It's by Jay Leno. You got the cleaner here, leather cleaner, and then a leather conditioner, and it gives it like a matte finish. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'll show you how I apply it, and we'll get this knocked out. I'll be right back. So I got the leather cleaner here. For tough stains, they want you to spray an area and then allow it to penetrate, then agitate it with a cloth or a soft brush. I don't really have any tough stains. Just gonna spray it around. I gotta be careful, I don't have much of this today. I'm not about to run to Walmart, so hopefully I have enough. Okay, I think that seat is ready. Now for the next step, you do want to shake this. Let me see if you can see. Got the Jay Leno leather conditioner. Now they want you to, after you apply with a towel or a applicator pad, which I got a towel today, they want you to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes for the leather to absorb this conditioner, and then you'll buff it for a satin finish. I think if I remember right, it smells pretty good too. Yeah, kind of makes it smell like leather. The reason why it's important to know what type of interior your car has, whether it's leather or vinyl, is because, I mean, either one can degrade, and I think my leather is pretty dirty still. You can degrade and dry out. You want to be able to condition it so that you kind of help it last longer. You want to work it into all areas of leather so that you can absorb it. Come on. Next time I'm warm, I'll get some more leather cleaner, do this again. Try to get cleaner. Your last year is clean. Okay. So we gotta let that sit. I'm gonna do the steering wheel real quick. I can't speak English. The steering wheel has turned bad. When COVID came around and I started using hand sanitizer a lot, I didn't realize how much hand sanitizer was like touching my steering wheel. It degraded it because of all that alcohol. I really hated myself for that. I think it was fading no matter what though. I feel like I see that on other S40s. Or Volvos, rather. well, that's it. I'm gonna take you to the back seat. That's one. Right. Love that you heard. Tell you what, the part of these seats that are in the best condition is the headrest. Okay, well that's it. Okay, so I got my driver's side mat here, and the reason why I do is I want to show you what I do to actually take care of it. And wow, I guess this one is falling apart now too. Anyway, so I'm gonna vacuum it, and then we're gonna use some 409 carpet cleaner because I don't have a carpet cleaner, so this is how we're gonna do it without a carpet cleaner. Now this has road salt and all kinds of stuff. It's probably been, I don't know, 6 months, maybe 4 months since I've last vacuumed this. So we're gonna see how it looks after I do this. Hopefully I wasn't hitting the camera too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is spray this 409 carpet cleaner on here. All you need for pet stains, Trectin dirt, motor oil, food grease, coffee, tea, red wine, and more. That's why I chose it. And I don't think it was expensive. I think it's like $4 for this can. So it wants you to let it, there's different instructions. One, you can let it sit for I think 3 minutes and then you vacuum it once it's dry. That might be with the carpet cleaner. No, that wouldn't make any sense. The self-cleaning one, you allow 15 minutes for the foam to dry and it will lift the dirt, and then you can vacuum thoroughly once it's dry, because you don't want to vacuum something that's wet. Now I got a shop vac, it doesn't really matter, but we'll let it do its thing. I might move it and grab the passenger side. Okay, I got the passenger side now. Just gonna vacuum it and do the same thing as the driver's side. You might have seen it there. I was using this brush to kind of work this carpet fibers here to kind of bring up any smaller pebbles or sand or something like that, to kind of bring it up. And if you saw it, if I could see it in person, if the camera could see it, it did bring up some stuff, and I was able to vacuum it. I keep forgetting which direction this can is faced. Something I did last year, I kind of forgot about until just now, was I used this brush and I worked this foam in there. So we're going to try it on the passenger side and see how it compares to the driver's side. The cool thing about doing it this way is that you're able to leave a pattern or design, if you will, in the carpet, just like a carpet cleaner would if you were using the actual floor version. Floor mode, if you want to call it. I think we're going to see this part. I'm going to put this on a second. I'm going to grab it. Okay, it's been way longer than 5 to 10 minutes, so I think we're at a good time to go ahead and try to buff this. We'll see what it looks like. I already don't like my steering wheel, but I think it'll come around. Honestly, when you do this, it feels so much smoother. Just looking at the car itself. No. It just had that like matte finish, so it looks pretty good, I think. I also did all my door panels. I did the top piece and then the actual leather-like material. I don't know what it is. It must be just that genuine leather. But like not the genuine leather, you know? Since there's different grades of leather. And I also did the dash. Can you see it? Okay, so yesterday you saw me treat these windows by using Adams Polish's glass sealant. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Meguiar's Perfect Clarity glass cleaner on the inside. So that the windows are clean all around now. I really like this product because it's been really easy to not streak, which is always a good thing. Hopefully that worked. I don't know if you can see that. There's pollen all over this car. It's one thing about having a car that stays outside. You can never have it clean. Okay, I'll do this window now with a different view. Okay, I just got my windows done, all of them, even the sunroof. So, I don't know if I explained it very well. I use that Perfect Clarity glass cleaner. I think that's like one of the best glass cleaners. I tried using Windex for the longest time. I always had issues with streaking my windows. So if you have issues with streaking your windows, I recommend that Meguiar's Perfect Clarity. And then also using 2 towels. One to clean it with the solution, and then a second towel to dry it. Right, like when I was buffing the paint, I use another towel to buff it out. That's kind of how I see it. Because when I have that dry towel and I'm going over it a second time, sometimes I'll see a spot that looks streaked. So then I'll hit it with the dry towel and it's gone. So and then I'll have a perfectly clear window. Of course, also you want to do it in the shade. You don't want to do it in the direct sun. It's just too difficult in the direct sun for me. Usually, one, you get all hot and sweaty. Like if you're trying to do a windshield, you get hot and sweaty, and then the cleaner's drying on you really fast. So that's my method of cleaning the windows. The next thing is to go back to my mats. Gonna bring those in, see what we do. Alright, this is my passenger side. It's fairly dry. The light just turned off on you. I'll be dipped. So the light finally died. This on top of the camera. Good thing I have that one. Yeah, looks clean to me. Clean enough. I think this is gonna get dirty again. Okay. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh, it's breaking. Weird. Well, I think for not brushing it and let's see, can you see? I think for not brushing it and just letting it soak, it turned out okay. I mean, these are areas where my feet sit, I guess, and they're pretty dirty still, stained rather. But I'm going to spray it again, and then I'm going to use a brush just like I did on the other 3, and we're going to see how it looks. Like, what? I'm starting to think that the time is about to be up for this driver's side mat. These wrinkles here, that's new, and this little hole, or whatever that is. That it wasn't like that a year ago. I'll just say that. You can tell I don't get passengers very often. These things are almost mint. Alright, I'm gonna put these back in the car. I actually went to the sink and I was able to clean out my cup holder and this little mat that goes behind the waterfall. Nice and clean now. Just used a sponge and I think it was lemon scented dish soap, some generic brand that we have in the sink. I'm thinking that it looks pretty good. I don't see the dark spots as much anymore, so I think the brushing really does help it. Definitely have a few missing fibers there. Man, I'm gonna put this back in the car. Alright, car's done. I put it outside. I start putting everything away. Let's go see how it looks now. Driver's side mat. I think everything looks pretty good. If you enjoyed this video and these series of washing, polishing, waxing, and now the interior detailing, let me know down below. Until next time, goodbye. You thought I forgot, didn't you?